It is 5:16. I'm running a half marathon today. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Tab, and I ran a half marathon with little to no training. Cue intro. Yeah, so if you didn't hear me before, that was correct. I ran a half marathon exactly a week ago, actually. It's Sunday. And this is like the journey. We're gonna have some flashback clips. I can't speak English. So the big question I think everyone's probably asking is why? I actually don't even really like cardio that much, if I'm being completely honest. But I do enjoy challenging myself, and I saw people back in November running the New York City Marathon, and I wanted to do it. Like I want the medal. I want like the ability to say that I did this really cool thing. So when I started looking into it, me and my best friend, we realized that there's very little ways to go about it, so we chose the 9-in-1 program, which I will explain here. Don't mind my hair. Honestly, it's gonna look like trash anyways. I'm just trying to make her more manageable so she stays in the ponytail I put her in. Because this is not a look right now. But yeah, so I'm running a half marathon. So backstory is I want to compete in the New York City Marathon. In order to do that, I have to, there's a bunch of different ways, but the easiest way is called the 9-in-1 program. And the 9-in-1 program is that you have to do 9 qualifying races and 1 volunteer race, and then you can do the New York City Marathon. So my dumbass, I had this fire lit, and I was like, I'm gonna do all these races. And so I picked this one, and then I picked 2 in February. My problem is that I picked the hardest one to do fucking first. So I'm doing a half marathon, then a 10K, then a 6K. Which what? That's essentially that. You do 9 races, you volunteer, and you're essentially like in. So this is the morning of my race. Sorry. I realize now that that was like not the smartest thing to do, but yet here we are because I'm stubborn, and I chose violence because I didn't buy the insurance. So I'm not gonna let it go to waste. Oh, and it's January in New York City, so it's cold. I literally got off COVID 2 weeks ago. So the parameters for myself here are great. We are starting strong, guys. I'm clearly not putting any thought into how I'm supposed to be. Like, I usually don't even flat iron my hair like this, but I'm so tired because I worked my second job yesterday. Like, there was barely any preparation for today yesterday. I got in from work, I ran my errands, and I was exhausted. I did drink a lot of water, which is great, and part of me does kind of feel like I'm rushing right now, but that's because I couldn't get up. Like, I could not get the fuck up. So, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to film of the disaster that will be this race, but we'll see. I was able to make a playlist. I don't know if it's fire, but, you know, we will make it work, and I'm gonna get a handle on this. Alright, considering my hair is typically really curly, and usually when I straighten it, it's a giant puffball, this is not bad. So now I have to get my bag together, put on my outfit, get a cab, go over. I need to eat something at some point. We're gonna get ready. Backstory, I do go to the gym. When I mean by no training, I mean that cardio, I hate cardio. And yet I'm running a half marathon. I don't feel as prepared cardio wise as I would maybe if I was doing like an obstacle race, which most people who do know me know that I do those. So running, just straight running, is something I'm not very much used to. I tend to be an asthmatic when I get sick sometimes, so gonna bring that inhaler. I really hope we're you know what? Positive affirmations. It's gonna be a good day. I'm gonna kill this race. I'm going to be the best that I can possibly be, and we're gonna rock it. And let's get dressed now because it is 5:30. My personal nurse. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Final product. Yay. How do you feel?
Well, I think if we learned anything last week, we saw
We're running together. Dave is here. He's tired and cold. This is what we're working with. Here we go. We gotta stay warm. We don't know why we chose to do this. But we will make it work. Here we go.
Especially when you have a group that can get together.
It's really cold.
Enjoy putting one foot.
This won't be the last call. 20 minutes, you're down below. This won't be the last call. 20 minutes, you're down below.
I have no idea what part of the park I'm in, but yeah, they're still going strong.
I think we're close to mile 6. Correction, we were at mile 5. I've never run this many miles consecutively in my life. Can't even speak English. Alright guys, so I made it through mile 10. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really feeling pain in my right knee and in my ankle. Thank God we wrapped it earlier. But I'm walking right now because this is a really steep hill, and when I get to the top of the hill I'll run down, even though honestly it's a bit of a physical struggle right now, but I never thought I'd get this far. So honestly, thinking of it this way, it's 10, 3 miles left, but it's something to be proud of. I'm proud of myself right now. So I just gotta keep going. And I just got a call from my fiance. He just cheered me on, gave me a pep talk, which is really what I needed. So yeah, we're gonna keep going. I can hear it. Here we go. 13! 13! Okay, time to book it. We did the thing! Everything hurts. How you feel?
I'm done.
Same.
Yo, that shit was hell.
I'm just glad you guys paid to be miserable.
Update. I'm exhausted. I changed because I didn't want to stay in my race clothes and be really constricted. Thank God I changed. The minute I pulled off my thermal and stuff, it felt amazing. I'm waiting to put on my sweatpants, but I just couldn't wait anymore. I was craving a 2-patty bacon cheeseburger from Five Guys, and it tastes like the holy fucking grail. I'm very content, very proud of myself. I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it, and I did it. I had my medal. I didn't want to eat with it on, but here she is. Look at that. My makeup guru. Ooh, look at that. Look at that shot. I'm very proud of myself. Very tired. But I'm happy. I didn't think I'd be able to accomplish this. And I actually think I did it in pretty decent time too, which timing wasn't really in my my like headspace, but looking back, I think I did actually pretty decent time for everything considered. So yeah, I'm really happy. I will give like thoughts of like where my head was at as the race went by. This is also from the race. Yeah, I'll give those thoughts soon. I just want to really enjoy my food. My best friend went to go get Panda Express because that's what he was craving, and my fiance is getting Chipotle, and then we're gonna come back here and finish eating. But yeah, I feel really good, really sore, but really good. Here are my thoughts from beginning to end. At the beginning, I couldn't believe that I was there. Miles 1 to 3, everyone's kind of packed like sardines, like running side by side through the park. And it was overwhelming, I think, at first. No, it was definitely overwhelming at first. There's all the thoughts that the people are passing you, and you know, I had like this imposter syndrome happening in the back of my head, like I shouldn't be here, I'm not ready, X, Y, and the third, and I wasn't really sure of myself. But by mile 3, I noticed I was making really good mile time, some of the best that I've personally had, considering everything that happened that month. I don't know if I talked about this already in the clip, but essentially I didn't have as much training in January as I would have hoped. I was really on top of my training in December. In January, I didn't, because I caught COVID and like I had to take a week off, and then I took a week off after COVID so that way my body could fully prepare and heal itself. I'm working nonstop, so I work a 9 to 5 job and a weekend job, and sometimes that means I'm working 7 days a week. So I really did not feel prepared for this race, but I did notice by mile 3 that I was doing way better than what I thought. Then we come across mile 5. Mile 5 and 6 is where people really started like stripping their layers. Like your body's getting warm, you're like going at it, and so people started taking off their layers. I was one of those people. But it's really where like the mental game came in, where I was mentally struggling. It is very much so, like, even though I was in the marathon with my best friend's obviously ahead because they're at a different level of fitness than I am, which is great for them. But for me, it was very much so like a very isolating moment for me. Like, this is all on me. There is no necessarily team in this. Like, I'm used to doing obstacle races where it requires a lot of teamwork and, you know, people are there to help you push an obstacle or whatever, but this is just you. This is you and the pavement and your feet, and you just gotta go. And I was really mentally struggling. I felt really by myself. I didn't know. I don't know. I didn't know. Like, I was undermining myself and discrediting myself for, even though I did not put in as much work in January as I had hoped. I felt like I couldn't do it. And then as we get into mile 6, I see my fiance. And that was like, I truly needed that, to know that I had him there and he was rooting for me, and like part of me just wanted to stop there, like, to be honest. But you know, I handed him my stuff, he gave me a kiss, and he just said, just keep pushing, like just keep going. And that is a push that I really needed. Sup guys, Future Tab here, editing the video, realizing that whatever I had set for the next part, talking about the last parts of the miles, didn't upload, and I can't find it anywhere. So I'm just gonna talk really quickly about the miles between 9 and 13. The pain at that point wasn't so much mental as it was physical. Like, I already came to terms with the fact that I had gotten that far. I was proud of myself for that. But I was not expecting the amount of physical pain I would encounter. Also, sorry, like, I'm in bed editing. Like, I don't give a fuck about what my hair looks like. Common theme. Anyway, at mile 9, I had an idea that I would feel the pain in my ankles. I've had a habit of having ankle injuries before. I could see that coming, which is why in the beginning of the video you saw my ankles get wrapped. We were trying to, like, get ahead of the game. What I was not expecting was feeling pain in my left hip and my right knee. It's pain. It almost felt like it came out of nowhere. I never had experienced pain like that before there. But it was there. So I was really like I was struggling at the end, and I had to make an executive decision to pick and choose where I ran. I knew that if I ran too soon, too fast, I was not running across the finish line. It got to the point that I had to conserve as much energy as I possibly could so I can simply push to run across the finish line, let alone sprint. Like, it got to a point where I couldn't sprint, and that kind of frustrated me because I really wanted to sprint across the finish line. So it was a promise that I made myself for the next race that that's something I would do. But yeah, so I couldn't sprint, but I did cross it, and it felt great to do that. Back to your regular scheduled programming. So overall, I am very proud of myself that I accomplished it. That I accomplished it. I got through it. I'm very proud of myself. It did take me a full week to essentially recover. Like, today's the first day that my Achilles doesn't really hurt anymore. Because let me tell you something. Monday was rough. Like, having to walk, and then of course I get into work that day, and usually I go to work and I sit down, and that's not what they needed from me that day. They were like, oh, we need you to get up and we need you to go do all these things. And I was like, okay, great, girl. I look like I was riding a horse. That's what I look like. I look like I was riding a horse, like, and I was walking. What? But yeah, overall, I'm very, very happy with myself. I'll put a picture of my medal here or something. It was a very rewarding experience. It was painful, but it was very rewarding. And so it isn't my only race. I did everything backwards. I chose to do the hardest race first, which in some form of logic makes sense, but in reality, I don't think it does. So I am currently a week away from my next race, which is a 10K. So a 10K is one loop around the park. The half marathon was 2.25 loops. So overall, like, it doesn't seem as bad, but I still know, like, it's still a whole loop around the park. And for those of you who don't know, Central Park is very large. It is the largest park in Manhattan, so there's that. And then after the 10K, the week after, I have a 4 mile, but that's 4 miles. It should be okay. So I do have quite a bit of racing ahead of me, which I will make another video on, or I will at least attempt to. It should be easier, I would think. If I got through making a video about the half marathon, I don't see why I can't make one about the 10K. But yeah, so I think if there's one thing that this video is showing, is that this year will be a year of challenges, but challenges that I choose to take on, if that makes sense. Challenges that I'm doing for me. If you stuck it out to the end of this video, you're a real one. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.